Mm. Mm-hmm. It's not easy being cheesy. Hey everybody, it's Ashley Richardson back, and that's Miss Richardson if you are a student watching. And today we're making macaroni and cheese. I'm gonna use a 5-cheese Italian blend, some additional mozzarella, which is included in the 5-cheese Italian blend, sharp cheddar cheese, Colby Jack, and Gouda. So I have my room temperature cheese ready to shred. I do have my 3 blocks here, and of course the pre-shredded cheese. There's a YouTube channel that I watch called Mr. Make It Happen, and he is a strong proponent of shredding your own cheese because he said it just melts better. And the pre-shredded cheese has anti-clumping agents that may cause it not to melt as well. So I'm going to shred my blocks of cheese here, but I certainly wasn't gonna buy extra cheese that I already had in my refrigerator. So I'm hoping that my shredded cheese melts as well as the block cheese. I don't think I should have an issue here, but we're getting ready to shred our cheese. See how that cheese is coming out? Yeah, baby. And I vowed that I would never be the one that was gonna shred my own cheese, but honestly, it's not that bad. It doesn't take that long. And I don't know if I said this earlier, but the cheese is room temperature. It just melts better if it's room temperature. That's my cheddar cheese, ready to go. Now we're going to shred the Gouda. My intention was to use smoked Gouda. I could not find it. You know, I wasn't gonna go grocery hopping. And this is what they had at Walmart. But in my seasonings, I was able to find me a smoked paprika. So I think the paprika, hopefully the smoked paprika will add a little bit of that smoky flavor that I'm wanting to achieve. And here is our Gouda. And next we shred our Colby Jack. Our Colby Jack is shredded and ready to go. Here are our 3 cheeses plus the pre-shredded cheeses ready to go. We are preparing to boil the pasta, and if you notice, that's just not regular water. I have olive oil in the water so that the pasta doesn't stick. And a lot of people like to boil their pasta with beef broth or chicken broth. I have found that the better than bouillon is more flavorful, and this just happens to be the roasted chicken base. And so I have 2 tablespoons of better than bouillon in the water. And like I said before, just some classic olive oil, and then I have also incorporated salt into the water. We're gonna bring that to a nice robust boil and add our pasta. As you can see, that water is really boiling, and so we're gonna add in our pasta. I just have regular elbow noodles. This is a 16-ounce box, and I'm going to use the entire box because I want a lot of macaroni and cheese. And the water smells so good. That's how you know it's seasoned very well. We're gonna let this boil for about 7 or 8 minutes until what we know is al dente, and stir it just to make sure to break up all the clumps. And we are almost ready to make our roux. It's time to drain our pasta. Thank you, Mama, for my fancy colander. All the really good stuff in my kitchen, pots, knife sets. It's because my mama gave it to me. Because I used to be a real bachelorette. Prided myself in doing everything in the microwave. And as you can see, there is no stickage. Turn to your neighbor and say, no stickage. Why? Because we properly oiled our water and nothing stuck to the pan. In the pot here, and this is the same pot that I just boiled my pasta in. I don't like dirtying extra dishes if it's not necessary, but that's 4 tablespoons of butter. And to that, I'm going to add my own blend of seasonings. And before I mix it, I just wanted you to see the layers. On the bottom is salt, then it's garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper, and then some smoked paprika. There are a lot of people that sell seasonings pre-mixed, but this is all it really is. You can do it yourself. Some people add seasoning salt, but this is just salt, garlic and onion powder, black pepper, and smoked paprika. And this is what I'm going to not only put in the cheese sauce, but I'm also going to use this seasoning blend to season the pasta itself. Everything needs to be seasoned. The butter has melted, so let's add about a tablespoon of seasoning here. This is about 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. The flour, of course, is going to thicken it up a little bit because we really want our cheese sauce to be thick and creamy and ooey and gooey and all things good. So we're just gonna cook this flour long enough to cook off the flour taste. Now I'm going to add a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. And of course, I have thoroughly cleaned my can. 2 cups of half and half. I think Breakstone has the best flavor as far as sour cream is concerned, and we're gonna add in about 1/4 of a cup of that. And we're gonna bring this to a nice simmer. And then once it's hot, we're gonna remove from the heat and then add our cheeses. All right, I have taken the beginning phases of the cheese sauce off the heat. And you want to continuously stir because you don't want anything to stick. But as you can see, it is thickening up nicely. And now we're going to add our cheeses. You want to make sure that you take the roux off the heat before you start adding cheeses because you don't want anything to separate. And then the residual heat from when it was cooking will melt the cheese. So now we're gonna go ahead and add in our cheese. Of course, you wanna reserve some to put in your layers and across the top. And you wanna add the cheese in just a little at a time. This smells so good. Look how thick and creamy that's becoming. And notice it's completely off the heat, and look how quickly it's still melting the cheese. Look how creamy and cheesy that is. Look at that. That's going to be amazing. Now I'm getting ready to add my pasta. As you can see here, I have seasoned it. We want all layers of this macaroni and cheese to be seasoned. And we're going to coat the pasta with this cheese sauce. And I have my oven baking at 375 degrees. So as you can see, the pasta has been all mixed into the cream sauce, and you can already tell how creamy and delicious this is going to be. I tasted it And I want to add just a pinch more seasoning, and by a pinch, I mean more than a pinch. Add some cheese to the top. And the cheese that was left over that I did not mix into the sauce. I'm just gonna add it here. And you just want to make sure that you get all of your edges. Make sure that everything is covered. Baby, if you're lactose intolerant, this is not the macaroni and cheese for you. If you don't like cheese that much, actually, you shouldn't even be eating macaroni and cheese if you're lactose intolerant. All this cheese, somebody gonna be locked up, if you know what I mean. She is ready to go in the oven, 375 degrees, maybe for about 45 minutes or so. I'll check on it. You know when your macaroni is ready, when it's bubbly and it has that nice golden brown texture, that bubbly golden brown texture to the top, or that layer. So we're putting her in the oven. The macaroni and cheese is out of the oven. We're gonna let this rest for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then we will be ready to cut into it. The macaroni and cheese has cooled, and now it's time to dig in. Look at all that cheese, y'all. Look at that, 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 look at that cheese, cheese. You can hear the creaminess. Okay. Okay, it's time to dig in. That's so creamy and good. And I don't know about you, but oh my gosh, that's good. The best part of the macaroni and cheese for me is that creamy, that cheesy crust. This macaroni and cheese is delicious. It's not easy being cheesy. Whew. Okay. Well, I have some barbecue chicken and green beans that I'm going to pair with this macaroni and cheese. So I'm ready to throw down. And we have come to the end of another video. Thank you so much for spending just a little bit of your time with me today. I hope that you have enjoyed the video. And if you've made it this far and you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. Don't forget to comment down below, like the video, and definitely share. And I look forward to seeing you again next time. Remember, this is Ashley Richardson, and if you are a student watching, that's Miss Richardson to you. Bye.